Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, we're going to take a look at the DragonEye Compact Lidar gun. Now, DragonEye has two different models of Lidar guns. Last week, we took a look at the full-size version, the DragonEye Speed Lidar. This week, we're going to take a look at the smaller one, the DragonEye Compact. I've noticed between the two, most people tend to prefer shooting the full-size DragonEye gun, just because it's a little bit more comfortable to hold like this. With the smaller version, you're basically going to hold it in your hand like that, point it at different vehicles, and you'll be able to see the speed in the viewfinder. Now, on the top of the gun, you've got the red trigger right here that you press. The viewfinder is right there, and then you've got a little eye rest like this, which you can use when you're actually using the gun. On the side of the gun, you're going to see the target's speed and direction displayed right here, in addition to what the officer would see in the viewfinder. We got a couple buttons here on the bottom so that they can control the different settings of the gun, and then it takes two AA batteries right here that just pop in the back of the gun. Now, if you're out on the road and the officer is targeting you with the DragonEye gun, your laser jammers will actually let you know that you've been hit with a DragonEye.
DragonEye, ahead.
Next, let's head out on the road and see what it's like from the officer's perspective when they're actually out targeting cars like this with the DragonEye Compact. So as you can see, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Just like with other laser guns, you just put the crosshair onto different vehicles, the front or the rear, and the speed of that vehicle will be displayed right in the viewfinder. Now, the DragonEye is not going to display the distance to the target in the viewfinder. For that information, you will need to look at the screen on the side of the gun, but the speed, the officer is going to be able to see directly in the viewfinder. Now, different DragonEye guns may behave differently, and so for that reason, a lot of times when we go out testing, we'll actually get multiple copies of the DragonEyes to see how laser jammers behave against different versions of these guns. Next up, let's take a closer look here at the gun itself. So right here under the display, we've got our four different buttons. The first one here is going to be for the menu, which we'll go into in just a second. The second button here is going to be for adjusting the brightness of the heads-up display itself. So if the officer's using it in the daytime and they want their displayed speeds or the crosshair in the viewfinder to be brighter, they can do it here. And then they can also go in and basically turn down the brightness at night if they want to do that as well. Similar here to adjust the volume of the beeps when you're using the gun. And then we also have a mode option here. So you'll see that by default, it's going to be displaying both the speed and the distance to different targets. If they want to switch it into range mode, they can do it right there. But by default, they're going to want to have it set up to measure speeds, which is going to be helpful, of course, if they want to go out and issue speeding tickets. And then as far as going into the different menu options, the first one here is going to be for the self-test. When the officer first turns on the gun, it's also going to do a self-test, and they can do it again here from the menu. They also have the ability to adjust both the minimum distance that the gun will target, as well as the maximum distance. So if they only want to target, say, vehicles in a school zone, they can do that here. They've also got their VASCAR capabilities, which you'll see in most radar and laser guns these days. We've got the ability to load in factory defaults. We've got some basic calibration stuff, so if they want to ensure that the gun is operating properly, they can use this option here. They've got a direction filter, so they can, of course, have it set up to monitor vehicles that are traveling in both directions. Or if they only want to do one direction, they can only have it set up to monitor vehicles that are receding or going away. Or they can have it set up to monitor vehicles that are approaching and coming towards. And then, of course, you can have it do both directions. The next option is your ECCM, or anti-jamming capabilities. It stands for electronic countermeasures. Basically, it's designed to defeat countermeasures such as laser jammers. Now, by default, it's going to be turned on. If officers want, they can go and turn it off. But interestingly enough, if they turn it off, the next time the gun boots back up, it's actually going to turn ECCM back on all by itself. And for testing purposes to see how well it works, we, of course, ensure that it's left on like this. Next, there's the weather mode option. So by default, the gun is designed to operate in normal weather. But if officers encounter rain or snow, they can set it into poor weather mode. And then finally, the last option is to adjust the crosshair in the gun, the heads-up display reticle. So you can go in and you can have it either be just a little dot, or you can have it be a little larger oval if you prefer. And so yeah, that was a quick look here at the DragonEye Compact Police Laser Gun. If you'd like to see some additional videos of different police laser guns or radar guns, just click the buttons on screen or down in the video description, and you can check out some additional videos. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you in the next video.